Move over, Swanson. I'm driving.
Wow!
Hey, Square! My dinghy's bigger than your whole boat!
Welcome back, everybody, to us, the Ditch Diggers, bringing you, I guess what we're calling Operation Coronavirus. That's the name of the show, I suppose, until we think of a better one. My name is Tom Taylor. I'm here with my usual co-hosts, one of which is...
All right.
What the hell's going on?
I'm quarantined, man. So I got the turntable going.
Yeah.
And I popped in the album that Dan sent me.
Oh, nice. You sent him an album?
Yeah,
Dan?
he sent
Which album?
You sent me James Brown live at the Apollo.
Oh,
right,
yeah, that's right.
And you sent
good.
Tom
James
the
Brown
Devo
is
album,
greatest.
remember?
Yeah,
you sent me a beautiful picture disc of the Devo album,
Yeah.
Are We Not Men? And you also sent me a beautiful pair of Caddyshack socks. And I've never sent you a thing.
those Caddyshack socks are real nice, and I got them at this kind of a boutique store. It wasn't like a novelty sock store or one of those places. It was like this really nice clothing store that for some reason has a pair of Caddyshack socks. It didn't make any sense to me. And I thought, what else doesn't make sense? And I thought, Tom. So I sent it to Tom.
It's almost like they did the shopping for you just by existing.
Yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
Anyway, as you know, these two people are Mike DeMaria. Hi, Mike.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday to you, Dan Lewis.
Yeah, real happy. Thank you.
So happy. I have to say this so far feels like a normal Saturday morning. I got up, I slept in. Well, first I slept in, then I got up and I made some coffee, chatted with some friends online. When I'm done with this, I'm going to make a big frittata for my family just because I learned how to do that the other day. It's very simple and quite delicious.
Yeah.
As long as the broiler turns on. The broiler in our oven doesn't always turn on. But later on we'll go for a nice walk. I haven't walked in downtown of our town in a while, so I'm curious to see what is and is not open and what life seems like, what it feels like. That's where I am so far. Take it away, Mike.
Well, that sounds like the greatest day ever. And the most well-adjusted scene I could ever imagine. Because I can tell you right now, Dan and I's story is not going to sound anything like that. There's no frittatas. There's no walks.
That's why we're here.
There's no walks with the family.
Mm-hmm.
So
now there are a few frittatas, but go ahead.
Well, but you know what I'm saying. It's not a frittata that the fan. It's not a frittata that the dad makes and puts on the table and everybody gathers around. So look at this wonderful frittata the dad made. No,
I didn't say we're going to talk to each other over the frittata.
A tiny little cast iron skillet that's only one person sized.
It's the frittata for 2 for 1 for me, Dominic.
These might be the last eggs we ever eat, so we're going to make it special.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of cooking actually, and it's funny because I am very much on the run all the time. I was, and then I often would fantasize about having days like these, like one day like this, and the world is like, all right, here's 60 consecutive ones.
Right. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, scary. And now I'm scared to death.
Oh, are you?
No, not of getting sick or anything.
Saying, generally, yeah.
I'm just scared. I'm just scared what I'm going to do with myself for all this time. I'm isolated. I'm by myself.
You got some existential dread.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I'm on a ham radio, like trying to get in touch with somebody on the other side of the world, or trying to get in touch with aliens.
Yeah.
Is anyone there?
Hello?
Over Frisco. Hello, Frisco. Are you there? Over.
10-4 Eleanor. I got up, was it yesterday maybe? Or 2 days ago, I got up and I was like, I think I must have turned, not a corner, but like a gradual curve because I'm like, all of a sudden I want to get in touch with everybody I know. And I started like texting everybody I know who I haven't texted in a while and just started like opening up as many lines of communication as I could through my little laptop. And that was kind of nice, connecting with people and stuff. You're like, I can't imagine what this whole thing would be like outside of the age of the internet. I mean, I guess it'd be the Spanish flu in the 1918, but we're kind of lucky, right? That we can still connect with everybody. I've talked face to face with people I haven't talked face to face with in months because we're like, This is the kind of time where you're supposed to get in touch with people. So let's do a little video chat.
Yeah.
I talked to my cousin and his wife last night in New York. That was fun.
Right.
I don't know if that would have happened if we weren't all, in some weird, bizarre, isolated crisis mode.
No, you'd be on the pay. You'd be standing in line on the payphone and down the hall.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm going to try the number of my cousin, who I think I have the right phone number. He might not answer the phone because I haven't had any other form of communication to tell him that I'm going to call. So I'm going to, wait for 3 hours and then it might be a bust.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, now imagine this,
like the future.
Let's say this happened in the time of maybe the late 80s, early 90s, before cell phones were, when everybody just had landlines at home, right?
Yeah.
And now imagine, that everybody's sequestered in their house, right? Mm-hmm. And this is where you real. Well, I guess they maybe had because they had the caller ID. This is landlines with caller ID, okay? Before cell phones. Okay. So you're at home. Everybody that around the globe is at home right now. Nobody's stepping foot outside for fear of grim death. So
right.
Everybody's inside. So you know what? I'm going to call this son of a bitch up right now. I know he's home. And then they don't pick up. Now imagine like that feeling, like, son of a bitch. First of all, I know they're awake. I know the entire family. I know the entire.
There's only one way to read that.
Right. There's only one way.
We're not at home right now. You hear that the recording come on?
Yeah.
We're not home right now. Yeah. Please leave a message. Yeah.
And you're just screaming.
I went to buy shoes and a stereo and a record. I can't come to the phone right now.
And you're like, okay, I just called so-and-so, and there's a family of 5 there. They're all home. Okay, let's say so-and-so's asleep. Let's say 3 of them are asleep. Right. 2 of them would still answer that phone. So the only way I can take this...
he can call you later.
Right. The only way I'll take this is that they're just ignoring. They see my number up there, and they say, that's crazy Mike. We're not answering the phone.
Screw that guy.
So then you would...
I don't need that.
Then you're even more isolated now in this day and age. You're walking around circles in your apartment saying, "Why won't they pick up the phone? I know they're there, those sons of bitches."
You're isolated and rejected.
Yeah, and then you realize, and the funny thing is, the so and so that you called is your mom, and she just won't pick up.
Him again.
Fuck him.
Yeah, but look at it from her point of view, though. Like, imagine you're sitting at home in a crisis time, and then you see that phone ringing, and you're just cowering in the corner thinking, oh, no, it's Mike.
No, not again.
Oh, God.
Don't I have enough to deal with already?
When will this nightmare end?
Yeah.
It's funny, though. I got a strange call just about 5 minutes ago with a 312 number, a Chicago number, and I picked it up, and it was a recording from the China Center for Disease Control. So it said stand by. It said stand by for a message from the Chinese Center for Disease Control, which I don't think exists.
You're the 1 millionth person infected. A bunch of balloons come down.
Yeah.
You will die in 5, 4, 3, 2. When they say 1, a little guy comes out and shoots you. But and then they
mercy killing.
And then they just started speaking in Chinese, and I hung up the phone as fast as I could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before the code could get into your ear.
Yeah, the earworm.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I never answer the phone if I don't recognize the number. Never.
Yeah.
Or that we've learned.
Because I don't want to be on the phone anyway.
Yeah, especially if it's Mike.
Yeah,
you got it.
So let's give everybody some background. So it's Saturday. What's the date today? Today is the 21st.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then so Illinois last night announced that they're having a mandatory stay-in order.
Right.
So everybody has to stay in, just except for essentials. And it goes.
As far as I can tell, it's the same rules that Oak Park was under for a few days already. Okay.
Yeah, but just on a massive scale.
Yeah.
You take a little village of Oak Park, and then now it's the whole entire state of Illinois. And so I know
we're pioneers.
New York's doing it. I think a lot of other states are falling really quick. But ours goes into effect at 5 o'clock today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So
does that mean that stores are still open right now? Like if I went to Best Buy, could I get like a extension cord or something?
I ran to Best Buy yesterday to get this wonderful microphone that I'm using.
That's right. You
now.
sound like $1 million.
Yeah. So I think for now, but I think everything is going to be systematically closed. I don't even think restaurants are going to be open for takeout. I think it's just...
Is that true?
I think so. I think it's just grocery stores and gas stations and hospitals.
My wife just found a list of local places that are open for takeout and stuff
for now.
And yeah, but I don't know. That's a good question. I thought, so it might be that might be null by 5 o'clock.
I don't know. Blow. Yeah, I didn't see it though. Dan, you're in a similar situation. I think you guys ramped it up a little more, didn't you?
Yeah. In terms of, what do you mean? Like in terms of the restaurant situation or the?
No, you guys had what we had. You had kind of like a shelter-in-place law, but I think didn't they even say like don't even show your face?
Yeah, it's like
all of the sunset on you here.
Yeah, it was weird that they mentioned me personally. I thought that was weird. No,
the Dan Lewis law.
Yeah, don't show your face around here. Something about that. No,
don't show your face in public. ... Daniel Lewis.
No, it was. It's shelter in place. I mean, you can go out for essentials. You can get exercise, which is what I've been doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen a soul, really. Right. And then when you're out exercising or walking, there's a lot of people out, but it's really weird. You can't go anywhere near them, and some people don't respect that, and it really makes me crazy. Like,
yeah,
I was running on a track, and it's like normally I'm running. People are. Like normally I'm faster than everybody, so I don't have to think about who's coming up from behind me. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but when I'm running a pretty good pace.
You're swift.
Okay.
Yeah. But some people, they do that kind of like interval type training where
where they sprint and
walk for a little while, and then they'll sprint, and then they'll pass me once in a while. And then guy goes right past me. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, are we doing this or aren't we doing it? It's one or the other.
Right. Right. I saw people getting mad online, like, "Hey, you dummies, don't go outside. You're ruining everything. Like, we pay attention to the." I'm like, "No, you're allowed to go outside, but I guess there are probably a lot of people." Like, I went for a walk with my wife yesterday, and we passed a few people, and each time we all just kind of like made a big swerve around each other, and it was kind of an understood thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a right way and a wrong way to go outside. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not that hard. Just we work together, follow the traffic rules, go to the right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
a walk with your wife. That sounds lovely.
Oh,
here I'm looking at this article in the Chicago Tribune about the shelter in place, which again I always see as shelter in peace, which gives my heart a little boost. Grabbing takeout, ordering an Uber, and dropping off dry cleaning also are still permitted. The order even allows liquor stores and recreational cannabis dispensaries to remain open for business should the second week of impromptu homeschooling create an essential need. That's hysterical. This is the Chicago Tribune. That's really funny.
No, but you know what? The dispensaries are not staying open. I drove by one yesterday just for curious. I just checked the sign and it said it's only open for medical use. Recreational use is closed at this time. Yeah.
How do they... I guess you have to have a prescription then or something.
No,
right?
You don't. It's anybody can get a card. You just got to go in there and fill some stuff out, and they give you like Dr. Nick from the Simpsons comes out.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Comes out in his lab coat and just says,
that medical
how you feel?
Bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's just you just fill some stuff out.
Are you looking for a more mellow, relaxed, or a more alert, creative solution to your minor knee pain?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you want to feel during your glaucoma?
That's nonsense.
Treatment?
No, glaucoma that's understandable, but it's like, you can either use an ice pack. You can either use an ice pack, or I can give you 17 joints.
Exactly. Right. But if you walk into the place, how do they know? That's what I'm asking. No. How do they know if it's a medical thing or just you feel like doing it?
So there's two different. This one in Logan Square. There's one on. There's two different entrances. One is for medical, and there's no line. You just go in, and then and what you do is you just have your card, and then you have a wider selection of things to buy. All right, and the prices are cheaper. And then, but if it's recreational, there's always a line, and then when you get inside, you can only limit. You can buy like one or two things, and it's only a limited choices. But so during this crisis, you have to, if you're medical, you have to place the order online, and then you set a time to be there. And I think you show up, and they come out. They do it through like a door. You don't go inside. You don't go inside the facility.
That's weird. Yeah, even that. Okay, like they bring it out to your car and they hand you something. Isn't that like fundamentally what you're not supposed to be doing or something?
Well, they're doing that
of viruses and things.
Yeah, well, they're doing that with the pizza. So when I ordered a pizza the other day, they came outside. They didn't get too close to the car. You just rolled on the window and they just handed it to you. So they stayed outside of the car. You stayed in the car. You didn't get out.
But is the pizza box not crawling with disease?
No, they have gloves.
Potentially, like if that guy was infected, wouldn't he be handing you an infected pizza box?
I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it has to go to that level, but I think but they have the rubber gloves on, and this is just now listen to everything we're talking about. Like imagine,
it's crazy.
Imagine. I mean, we have all this new lexicon like shelter in place, and I didn't even know what that meant before. And running around, I think shelter in place is going to go on tonight. And the governor's going to be on and tell us shelter in place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And social distancing and, COVID-19 -728. And
just fucking
but I haven't seen COVID 1 through 18. Am I going to be lost? Am I going to be confused?
But imagine like in December, they told you in like a couple months, the whole goddamn world's going to shut down. Your work's going to shut down. You're going to be told by the governor and the National Guard, you got to stay in your goddamn apartment.
Yeah.
And this whole year is just completely, and the kids are going to not be in school for probably the rest of the school year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For some reason, that stresses me out the most. I was laying awake the other night, and I kind of wake up kind of slightly anxious every morning these days. And then it kind of goes away after I see people walking around outside. It's not like a zombie apocalypse or anything. It's weird, and people might get more and more screwed as we go. But I right now, I feel like we can survive this and stuff. But the one thing that gets me is like the idea that my son won't go to school for the rest of the school year. For some reason, that gets me.
You know why it gets you?
Well, he likes his teachers and everything and stuff. And
no, the real reason it gets you is because you're going to be locked in that house with that animal.
So far, I gotta say, I've always felt we both have felt guilty as parents that we let him just kind of do his own thing on like the Xbox and his phone and stuff and everything. He's turning into like a sort of a couch zombie kind of kid. But right now, it's kind of awesome.
Oh yeah,
like it's not like he's in my face or in my hair or anything. I can chat with him when I want to, and I can ignore him when I need to. And it's kind of working out.
And let's just go on record. Let's just go on record. I didn't mean to call him an animal. It was just kids. It was just
an animal.
I just threw it out there. Okay, good.
That was an affectionate Uncle Mike jab. We understand.
I'm gonna. I have a long history of, as a childless person, giving advice to people who have children, and I'm not going to stop now.
Sure, why not? Right?
Yeah, I don't think they should freak out about that whole like screen time, all that stuff. I mean, I get why it's a thing in general, but at a time like this. You got to just let it ride.
It's a godsend.
It
really is. You imagine if the Spanish flu, like the kid like with that big hoop, that big wooden hoop, and they have a stick that they push it with. I don't want them doing it too much. It's good, not good for the kids.
I don't want them running behind that hoop.
Yeah, can't be all hoop all the time. You got to do some calisthenics. You got to run around in circles. You got to do a cartwheel. Come on.
Got to read your Bible too. So
got to read the Bible. Got to play kick the can. Come on, bury it up a little bit.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, you go the hoop. No, I was saying we were texting about the kids back and forth. We were asking, do you think they're okay? Do they feel a little freaked out? And they're like, and we were talking about those. Actually, this is the one time that technology is saving us because, one is FaceTiming with her friends and they're laughing so they can actually see each other and talk and laugh. And because we wouldn't let their mom wouldn't let the boyfriend come over to my oldest. And I agreed. I said, no, nobody's stepping foot in that house. Yeah. So she was throwing a big fit and I'm like, well, FaceTime. And then I FaceTime with her and then I was FaceTiming with my youngest and she's texting me, let's do this later. I'm playing Fortnite. I'm doing this. I'm playing this. Or I'm
all right.
Like, okay. All right. Yeah.
Fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Yeah. It's okay. Everybody's on the up and up. Everybody's okay there. Then they go out and jump on the trampoline. So they have the trampoline in the back. So that's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And even that, like we got the Xbox. Like Sam, like he can't see any of his friends, but he can play online with them and talk to them and stuff and quote unquote hang out. Yeah. In the 80s, he'd be on the Atari by himself, maybe on the phone if the cord reaches all the way to the family room, talking to his friend while they both play different games on the Atari. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, and mom and dad would be fighting in the kitchen, breaking plates over each other's heads.
Right.
And now
really
you're stuck
heavy
in
porcelain plates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the plastic ones.
Right. And you can't go outside because there's a killer virus. There's no way to escape that nightmare.
Right. You have to wait for tomorrow's newspaper to find out what the next news is. Wait, are we dead? I can't tell yet. We don't have the internet yet. No one invented that.
And you're sitting there saying, well, I wish it would just come in and kill me now so I can get out of this place.
Yeah. Sweet release of coronavirus.
Wait, am I saying this all out loud? I'm sorry.
I don't mean you, son. You're good. It's that battle axe in the kitchen I can't handle.
And because of that, and because of the way I feel about her, I can't handle you either.
It's a package deal.
Sorry. It's a package deal. Yeah, I can't separate you from your mom. I hate her and I hate you too.
There, I said it.
I'm going back downstairs to fall asleep on my fold-out bed.
Sequestered in the basement.
But Dad, my drums are down there. Fuck your drums.
Not anymore, they're not.
I'm sleeping. But it's noon, Dad. Fuck noon.
Time means nothing in the coronavirus.
Yeah.
I'm finding that to be true. I've been working from home for like a week and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, it's, it's Saturday now, as you know. And I woke up and I was like, oh, wait, it's 10. Did I miss like the 9:30 call for the, oh, wait, no, it's Saturday. I don't work every day. Like, I don't, wait a minute. Like, there's no difference between the weekend and the week anymore.
Right.
In a weird way.
Yeah, I was talking to my sister today. We said, like, we're both, like, now we understand because my mom doesn't really have much to do. And she's always like, when I talk to her, she's like, what day is it today? I'm like, Mom, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm like walking around like, what is today? Is today Wednesday? Is it? Oh, it's Saturday.
You have to do like a memento thing and like make marks on your arms. Like, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
It's still Saturday.
Yeah.
I actually did get, I'm asking these food questions because we ordered takeout yesterday from a local pizza place. And I was like, wait, everything about this is wrong. I'm like, she's handing me the credit card thing and stuff. And I'm handing it back to her. Yes, she's wearing gloves, but I don't know. What does she know about me? What do I know about her? Yeah. Right. And she did the thing where, like, after we had that interaction standing 2 feet from each other, then she did the thing where she left the box of stuff on the doorstep and I picked it up and then she let, whatever. But then I came inside and I'm like, God, this is just like the Andromeda strain. Like, what do I do? Like, I put the stuff on the counter. Then I wash my hands because I've just touched possibly infected bags of food. Then with my clean hands, I take out all the clean plates and stuff that I'm going to put the food on. Then I take one container of food and put that on a plate. Then I wash my hands again. Then I do the next one. And then I wash my hands again. And I'm like doing it like that. I'm like, and my son's saying like, wait, isn't the pizza infected? I'm like, I don't, no. Let's just say no, it's not. I don't think it is.
Just put it in the oven for a few more minutes, and it should be
right.
Kill it all off,
but cook it to death. Yeah.
And you say to that kid, "Don't you have school, you animal?"
Yeah.
Filthy animal.
You're lucky. Wait. You said containers of food. What'd you order?
It was a slice of pizza for my son, just a side of Italian sausage for my wife. And then I got the combo, Italian sausage, Italian beef sandwich.
And that's what we had.
That's exactly what we had when you guys came over. Yeah. It's fantastic. And trying to keep the local businesses good and everything. This is what I don't know. And I thought you said something about this, Mike. If you order through like Grubhub or one of those places, does the restaurant not get as much money as they would have?
No, I think. First of all, I did not mention that, but I saw that DoorDash and Grubhub and there are waiving the fees to the restaurants.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so the restaurant pays a fee to the Grubhub or whatever.
I think, or something, or they're cutting it in half, like they're doing something where there's a they're not. Yeah.
Because that seems that seems like that would be less contact with another human being if you did Grubhub, because you do the whole credit card thing and you put the tip on the credit card and stuff, and you don't have to sign anything when they get there.
Yeah, it's all done on the app.
So that seems a little better, but I don't want to screw the restaurant in the process.
Screw ya!
Right in the process, you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's difficult.
A lot of places are shutting down.
Yeah. Shut it down.
They couldn't absorb this. And so they're just like, we're done.
Yeah. Right. And people are asking about, like, in Oak Park, they did the shelter in place thing and all the rules and all the exceptions and everything. And it was we were talking about this last time. It was worded like an enforced thing, like you're going to be in shackles if you go out at the wrong time or something.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, a neighbor of mine, was saying that her friend who lives in Oak Park but owns a business in River Forest, the next town over, she was driving home at like 4 a.m. and she was explaining, and she got pulled over, and she said, "Oh, I've got my business. I think it's like some sort of like yoga studio or something like that. She's like, I got my business." Oh, and he said, "Oh, okay. After the shelter in place actually goes into effect, you're really not going to be allowed to do that." She's like, "Oh, I guess I will shutter my business and keep paying rent, even though I'm not having any more clients or anything."
Well, they shouldn't be having a yoga studio there anyways. I mean, that should be closed right away.
Yes, but I mean, just like the travel, like just the fact that she was out and that was considered suddenly a non-essential, that wasn't on the list, the bullet list of, grocery stores and whatever.
All right. They just said, you made the list, buddy.
At home.
Yeah.
You pulled over.
I'm actually doing a virtual, I'm doing like a little physical therapy thing for my back, and I was postponing my last session because of all this, but like, oh no, you can do it over Skype. I'm like, all right, I'll do that.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna have like a virtual physical therapy session on Monday.
I might have to start doing that with my therapist now for my weekly.
I'm gonna do it with my dentist. I'm gonna have a dental appointment.
No, wait, how do I hold the thing? All right, I can feel that. Okay, I just scrape it like this. Okay, thanks.
I don't understand how they tell you, like, you're not supposed to scrape away at your own teeth, but then you go in there and they just scrape away at them.
Yeah, well, they know how to do it.
Which is it? Well,
yeah,
I don't understand it.
Well, they use that like laser thing. They laser off the plaque.
Ooh,
mine's still doing it old school with the hook.
That's a horrifying thing. It's like maddening. It's like fingers on a chalkboard. Scraping.
Yeah. My wife's mom is a therapist, and she's been doing things
Skype
remotely with people. Yeah.
Oh.
And she's an old lady, and she can still figure it out, so that's encouraging.
I'll tell her we got to keep these going because you don't want me with all these thoughts in my head roaming the streets.
Right. This is essential
in this climate.
Right.
You're putting me in complete isolation now, and I'm gonna have to deal with these thoughts.
I don't need a dollop of stir crazy on top of everything else I'm dealing with.
Yeah, I'm making progress here. I don't need a backslide.
Yeah. Right. I want to, as soon as we get off of here, I'm going to look. I'm sure the New York Times or somebody has a helpful article about. Actually, no, they're not. You know what? I'm not. I take it back. I'm not going to look at anything. There's so many articles about like what could be happening next and what's actually going to happen and where what this could all mean and what the bright and the dark side of all of it is. And like, you know what? Enough speculation.
Most of it is not going to change your behavior in any way or affect your day-to-day life because you're going to follow the goddamn rules no matter what. So what difference does it make?
Like when the governor says stay inside, that's like a solid thing I can get my head around, but it's, okay, what's the economic situation going to be in July? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. So I'm not going to read about it. Yeah, it's stressing me out.
Is it going to be this disaster or this other disaster or five times a disaster or 2 times a disaster? We don't know.
Kicking and screaming, please.
Kicking and screaming.
Thanks for stopping by. Cucumbers.
Maybe we should have some sort of plan for these things instead of talking about this virus and then the shelter in place, which everybody's reading about anyway. Should we be entertaining people?
Right.
Folks, weigh in. Are we helping? Are we just making things worse?
You mentioned the New York Times. You go to read, and this is something that made me irate yesterday because I was looking up some coronavirus and some shelter in place rules and all of the articles were either the New York Times or the Chicago Tribune. So I'd click on them and then it doesn't let you read the fucking article unless you sign up and pay. And I'm no, exactly. You think that they would waive it now, right?
I thought all those articles said, hey, we're offering free coronavirus news or whatever.
Yeah,
but no.
Well, they didn't yesterday because I had to say, sign up for
no, they
pennies
did.
a day.
Maybe you still have to log in or sign up, but it's still free. Maybe
for those articles.
Sign up. Right. Well, you shouldn't have to log in. That's the whole point. I'm not going to give them my fucking email address so they can fucking hound me for shit later. No, just give me the goddamn news before I
give for situations like that, like a separate email address. You don't have to give them the main one.
The point is, I shouldn't have to do that.
I will copy and paste all the articles and email them to you.
I should not have to do that. And then when I hit that point, then I start getting that slowly I turn feel again, right?
Right. This is not helping.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting there clicking, and I'm just pushing on the button on the mouse, open, and in my head, one of my guilty pleasure bands that I listen to, haven't in a while, is Clutch. It's just it's just not the kind of music I would usually listen to, but it's angry and it's forceful.
Should take a break from the Pearl Jam once in a while.
Oh, fuck yourself, man.
Tattoos.
Right, I'm gonna put a bookmark in that. We're coming back to that point. But I'm pushing. Yeah, you bet we are. We just turned it up a notch today. So I'm clicking on the mouse to try to get it to go. And in the back of my head, I start just saying very calmly the lyrics to this one song, Binge and Purge. It's come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Let's throw down. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go. Just try me.
Read this article.
Just try me. What are you waiting for? Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go. So
totally
that
ripped off Dylan Thomas.
Yeah.
To paraphrase Dylan Thomas.
It's a Yates.
Come on, motherfucker.
Yeah. That's one of the decadent. That's from one of the decadent poets.
All right.
Baudelaire. Okay, Dan, let's go back. Let's go. You want to fight? You want to throw down, Dan? Let's throw down. Come on, motherfucker. Now, I was thinking about this.
Well, hang on, listen. Hang on a second. Let me check something. Hang on.
Again with the brakes.
Yeah, I have zero 90s band tattoos on my body. And you got one.
Oh yeah, I just did the same check. Yeah. I'm good. Mike, how about you?
But don't you have a shark on your back? Don't you have a shark with like a dumbbell?
I got a dumbass tattoo on my back. We're tied, basically.
Is that true?
Yeah.
He's
not a shark.
It's not a shark. It's just one of those, like, random sun. It's like a sun. I mean, it's gotten faded over time from the sun and everything else. Now it just looks like somebody squashed a spider on my back, basically.
Oh my god! Now my dragon wings tattoo on my back doesn't sound so stupid.
Mine is dumb.
No, Dan has a shark head with a human body, and it's all bodybuilder muscular, and it's got it's just doing arm curls.
Yeah, and it's on the hood of a Camaro that's jumping the Grand Canyon.
And it says Spring Break 85.
Yeah, 85. No, I got. No, okay. I think we covered this in one of those. When I was 8, no, I was like 19. I got the Pearl Jam stick figure on my shoulder.
Yep.
And then I said, "That's not enough 90s band." So I will encircle it with the like the buzzsaw from Soundgarden's Bad Motorfinger around it. So now you can't even see. Well, it was not now. Immediately when they put this on, you could no longer see the stick figure. You just saw this this mesh of buzzsaw and all this other shit.
Oh my god!
And then I got that other thing on my leg. That's like a Celtic knot, and I'm Italian. And
you're all messed up.
And that's the one I got in somebody's kitchen.
Yeah, don't get drunk in Florida. This is what
happens.
Oh
god, the one in the kitchen. And that Florida humidity, something about that too, just gross.
Yeah.
It's like swamp air, and you're getting a tattoo drunk.
Yeah. No, and I went there at at 8:00 in the morning because it's called the hippie house, and that was kind of like the drug house off campus.
An 85-degree hippie house at 8 in the morning. Yeah. Imagine the smell of it.
Dreadlocks and patchouli.
Oh, gross! I hate patchouli.
Great. Fucking Grateful Dead and the Allman Brothers just blasting on the fucking thing. So I show up there at like 8 in the morning because one of the guys that lived there, his buddy from Connecticut was coming down to give tattoos and for spring break. So he brought all his needles down in his machine. So I this sounds smart and healthy. So I'll go over there and pay $20 for a tattoo, right? You see what I'm going?
Sure.
You see what I'm getting at? And then
makes sense.
Yeah, but I go over there and the guy's like, "I'm not ready to tattoo yet." I said, "Okay, I'll just hang out." So they started smoking weed. I started drinking. And then they started doing some other drugs, and he's like, then all of a sudden I look down, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this other girl is there, and she was going to get the Chanel symbol on the middle of her back, the tramp stamp on the back. And I'm like, and I was like, okay. And we're just sitting there on the couch, and I'm like, okay. And the music's getting louder. More people are coming over. And then they all go into this room, and one of the guys comes out and takes one of the framed pictures off the wall and brings it in there, because that's what they're gonna put the cocaine on that and they're doing hits of the cocaine off of it.
Well, thank you. Thank God you had this painting. This is exactly what I wanted. Here's an example.
So they're in there doing cocaine. It's like the scene in Boogie Nights where they're sitting there in the drug dealer's house. Cosmo's lighting the fireworks off, and Rick Springfield's on the and they know that they're sitting there like, I need to get the fuck out of here. This is wrong. My whole life just went down the toilet. And I'm sitting there like, I should just leave now, because this is fucked up, and this guy's going to stick a needle in me soon. So he does. I lay on some milk crates in the kitchen. He goes, what do you want? I said, I don't know. And at this point, I don't even know what I want. Yeah. So I said, I just want something. I want something round, circular, So he pulled out a couple things. Circular. Round is funny. Yeah, because these balloons blow up into funny shapes. No, less round's funny. So
just circular.
Circular. So they go. So then I said, I go, what you got? And he pulled out his little book, and there was like 1 page of Celtic knots. I go, that one right there. And the guy, and I was just laying across the floor on milk crates. The guy's digging in there. I'm bleeding all over the place because I'm drunk. And then I went back.
God.
Well,
Jesus.
And yet the tattoo stayed.
Yeah.
Look at you. That's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen your cool Pearl Jam one.
You're risking the entire alphabet of hepatitis there.
Yeah. Count your lucky stars. You lived long enough to see the coronavirus.
I know.
Dummy.
Well,
hey, should we talk some show business? I mean, business, not show business. Like, you'll be good. You'll be great. Going to have the whole world on a cake plate.
Ethel Merman. That's Ethel Merman.
I know. We watched Airplane the other night.
You'll be good. Was that his first pair of boobs? Just like his old man? In the movie?
I think so.
You didn't ask?
I think so. Maybe. I feel like there's something else that some boobs popped up briefly.
Tom, I hate to break it to you, but that kid's 12 years old, and he has all the technology in the world, and he sits in that room all day long. Mm-hmm. Trust me.
Doesn't have to go into the woods once.
No,
we had to
doesn't have to go outside. He's got everything right here that he needs.
Man, we had to fucking work for it.
We did.
We did.
I had I think I told this during our whole blitz during Caddyshack and stuff, but I found there was finding the actual magazines and stuff in the woods, but I actually found it was just the subscription card insert thing that would fall out of the magazine.
Uh-huh.
From a penthouse, and it was gnarled and gross and faded.
Oh yeah, and kept that in your pocket.
But I put it in the inside pocket of a nice school jacket or something, going to church special Sunday school, jacket that I had in the closet, and I hid it away. There was my little secret, and every once in a while I take it out and look at it. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was my hoard for a while, and now kids just have everything.
Yeah, it was it was also the my mom had because she was in the beauty business, so she had all the subscription to all the women's magazines. Oh. So Cosmopolitan, all those those magazines.
Those could get racy.
In the back, if you went to the back where the ads are, it was all bra ads and stuff.
Nobody.
And you'd be you'd swipe those and run into your room, slam the door shut.
Yeah, it's. It was like gold before. It had such currency.
Yeah. Now it's just junk food. Just shoving it in your face.
Well, I couldn't. See, I dealt with such guilt and shame that I would go. I told you I'd walk down the 2 miles to the bookstore that was it's in the same strip mall where the restaurant. If you saw what's the movie the Hoffa movie that just came out on Netflix, the Scorsese.
The Irishman.
Yeah, the Irishman. Yeah. So the restaurant where they were the last place that Hoffa was seen, the restaurant in outside of Detroit.
Yeah, Marcus Red Fox, right?
Yeah, Macca's Red Fox, and then it became Andiamo's, the Italian restaurant, in the 90s. Mm-hmm. But it was on the corner in a strip mall. Like the strip mall was built around it, and that's where the bookstore was. So I'd walk up right next to the Macca's Red Fox, and then I would go to into that bookstore and steal the magazines. And I'd walk all the way back. This is like a 2-hour thing. It's a 2-hour commitment. You see what I'm saying?
That's dedication.
Right. So then I would take it home. And because I would buy like a Sports Illustrated, and then I'd say, "Oh, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get another magazine."
Oops.
And then I'd slide like 2 or 3 of the magazines in the bag that they gave me.
Oh man.
And then I'd buy like a piece of candy on the way out. Mm-hmm. And then I'd walk. I'd trek all the way back up Telegraph Road and get to not Telegraph, Telegraph, and then Long Lake, and then Lone Pine, going all the way back to my house. Go up in my room, slam
Picturing
the door
family circus. Picturing the Family Circus cartoon of like the dotted line showing Mike's whole route.
Yeah, we covered that.
To the place, back to the place, into the back aisle again, and stick the magazines in the bag.
Yeah, and this is right. And this is so then I'd fight my way back, and I'd go up to my room, walk past the family with my big brown paper bag.
What you got there, son?
Wouldn't you like to know? And I go upstairs and slam again everything that had to do with my room. I just slammed the door shut. Right.
Stays more closed that way.
Right. And then I would spend a couple hours with it or whatever. I just pour over every page and read everything in there. And then the guilt and shame would just overtake me.
Yeah.
Like and you would just, what am I doing? You fucking idiot. You fucking idiot.
Now, was the guilt and shame over having shoplifted or of having these impure thoughts?
No, it was the whole package.
Yeah.
And then
of being a kid in the 80s.
So then I would exactly, being a 13-year-old, or no, not 13. I was like 11 or 12. And then I would stuff everything back in the brown paper bag. I'd go out to the garage, where they would have, I'd get a lighter and I'd get a little lighter fluid, and I'd go out in my backyard, and we had these like woods, right? Like not a real big woods, but just like a little divider between us and the next subdivision.
Yeah.
And I would go back there, and I'd burn it. Just burn the shame away.
Incantations. Raise the devil.
Yeah, just burn the shame away. And then I'd go back.
Jameson.
No, this was way before that. This was still kind of like, and then I would burn it to the ground, all the ashes, and I'd cover the ashes with leaves. Mm-hmm. Then I'd go back inside, and then by the time I got back up to my room, the urge came back. I'm like, all right. So then I'd get my little.
I thought I was done.
I thought that was it, and I'd say, okay.
That's weird. I'd look at the recurring affliction.
Yeah, I'd look at the clock and I'd say, okay, the store's open for another 3 hours. So I'd get my little knapsack, my backpack sack, and I'd walk the 2 miles back to the store and do it again. God.
Yeah. I need another Sports Illustrated, son. Yeah, that's amazing.
But now it's like all they have to do is pull out their phone, just
oh my god,
and it's up and running in 3 seconds.
That's I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate that with the old kid.
Yeah.
I don't want to demonize it, but I want to make sure that he knows that is not the real world, and that is not he shouldn't latch onto that as like a, I don't know. I've had like one talk up with him about it. The path is open for dialogue. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Good on you.
Yeah, I try.
Looks good on you.
Looks good on you, though.
You want to hear a joke?
Yeah, it's joke time.
Oh yes, I want to hear a joke. Yes, we need it.
Hey, did I do the one about the Vegas, the guy leaving Vegas? And here's the voice.
You didn't do it on the air. I was waiting for it when I was editing these, and then I realized you told it to us after we were done.
But let's before you do, let's lay the groundwork. So every episode, Dan's going to tell one of his jokes or a joke that he likes.
I'll do like a street joke that I like.
Okay.
Explain.
Here's Dan's joke of the day.
Explain a street joke to those of us not in the business.
Yes, right. If you're not in the business, a street joke or a joke is the like man walks into a bar and then it's like telling a fictional story that has a funny twist to it.
A Catholic, a Jew, and a Muslim are in a bar like that, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay,
and it's already funny.
No,
I can't wait to hear what happens.
Any Catholics and Jews and Muslims who are currently hanging out together at a bar. I don't.
Although you shouldn't be in a bar. The bars are closed.
Okay. And you shouldn't be hanging out with each other because your gods won't like that.
Yeah,
exactly. Some
the
of them
gods are cool if
angry
you're 6
gods.
feet away from each other, though.
Yeah. No, wait, what was the one I wanted to tell today? Was
the Vegas. The Vegas one's later.
Wait, that one I could do later. This
we'll
guy
have to fake laugh at the Vegas one since we heard it already. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you'd have to fake it.
Yeah,
that's no good. Oh, no. Guy wakes up in the hospital. Doctor's there. Doctor says, "I'm sorry, you've been in a car accident. It's okay, you're fine, but we couldn't save your penis." And he says, "Now I understand your insurance company's going to go up to $12,000." And he's like, "It's $1,000 an inch." He said, "So you don't have to decide now. You could spend the whole 12. You could maybe spend 4. If I go home, talk about it with your wife, come to some kind of conclusion, come back, And he says, "Okay, fine." He goes home, comes back a week later, and he goes, "Oh, did you talk it over to your wife?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did." He goes, "What'd you decide?" He says, "We're getting granite countertops." That's it.
Whose joke is that?
That was Ray Romano's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's funny.
It's
He's
pretty
good.
Go
places.
Yeah.
I like
a lot of his stuff is my wife and the husband.
Yeah.
I don't think he wrote it, but it's just a joke that he likes, and I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it too. That's a good one.
I like
that the
jokes.
setup of a lot of these jokes is almost as ridiculous as the punchline.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
oh yeah, we can get it's $1,000 an inch.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's how penis implants work.
Why would that be? Yeah.
Right.
I like that, but it's funny because it's like when you're hearing that, you're like, oh, what's it going to be a joke about?
Exactly.
Penis size joke, and you know what I mean. It's like you could tell it's that what hacky it's going to be. How hacky it's going to be. But then it turns into like, oh, we're getting granite countertops. That's what I like. It's a little twist there.
Yeah. Speaking of the Twilight Zone, it's a little bit like that. You're like, oh, this guy is so much this guy. What's the twist going to be that, is his comeuppance or whatever?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. You got it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thank you, Dan. That was Dan's joke of the day.
Thanks, guys. I like to practice telling them.
Do you have a theme song for it like we did for trivia?
I have every intention of using that exact trivia theme song.
Yeah, use the trivia. If you're listening to this, you've already heard Tom use the trivia theme song.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at predicting what I'm going to do in an hour. So I think that's what I did.
And do we have trivia, by the way?
Oh my God! The same music just popped up. What the hell?
Yeah. Whoa.
Jimmy, no, they're saying
cut the music. Mike doesn't want to do it.
Thank you.
There's no Jimmy and there's no trivia.
Not anymore.
He's giving him the no sign.
Yeah, the finger across the throat thing. Oh, Jimmy, no! Oh my God, Jimmy just killed himself. No, that's not what I meant. Oh my God, he cut his throat.
Oh God, Jimmy's bleeding out.
Guys, we got to wrap this up.
No,
I got a lot of cleanup to do now. This is awful.
No, you gotta.
How do you dispose of a body when you're sheltering in place? What do we do? What's
you gotta.
So
you gotta keep.
We're hiring
you gotta
a
cut
new
this
producer.
Off.
So if anybody has any production experience,
no. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You just gotta cut all this stuff out. I can't take the Jimmy stuff. I can't do the Jimmy stuff. I told you that.
All right.
That is like really bad.
You're safe, Mike. You're safe.
No,
it's over.
The Jimmy stuff is like really bad shtick, and I don't want to.
It doesn't matter now, Mike, because Jimmy's dead.
Yeah, you killed him. Way to go.
You killed him.
You could have just let it ride, but no.
You had to do the thing.
I kind of blame myself. I shouldn't have. There's other ways to communicate, stop it, or cut it out, but no, all right. Jimmy was not that bright.
Well, I was thinking of
Jimmy.
I was thinking about maybe having some slide whistle music for the joke of the day.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, like that like that whole Calliope thing, or the
yeah.
Did you guys ever watch the show I Think You Should Leave on Netflix?
No.
It's the guy Tim Robinson who did Detroiters. I don't know if you saw the show Detroiters. Mike, you'd really enjoy it. This guy was a writer he's from Clawson or something. He was a writer for Saturday Night Live, and he's younger. He's like 35 or something, and he created his own show called Detroiters, and it's all about Detroit, and it's really cool. You'd really like it. But he did a sketch show, and in the sketch show, there's a sketch about they're doing a church funeral service, and he's like, our organ player is on vacation, so we've got a replacement, and it's Fred Willard playing a carnival. He's got the thing with all the levers and the rope, He's got a stack of dishes, and every once in a while, as he's playing it, he like throws a dish down to make that sound and like breaks it. And it's the funniest goddamn thing. I'll send it to you. It's the funniest thing in the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love Fred Willard.
Okay, well, speaking of sharing things and posting things, we've been talking back and forth about maybe like we don't know what we're doing right here. We've got like this show that we're putting on Patreon, and we're also posting it so far to like our Caddyshack, feed and our Blues Brothers Minute feed, and then we're sharing them on our Facebook pages for those. And we were wondering if we should have like a specific Facebook page for this show. We're not going to go so nuts as to start a new feed for this show yet, but maybe we have in the future. I don't know. But maybe we'll start a new, like a Ditch Diggers group or something on Facebook. In fact, speaking of predicting things that I'm going to do later in the afternoon, please go to Facebook and type in Ditch Diggers and see what happens. We'll have a Ditch Diggers listeners hole or something. And we can discuss these episodes and discuss what you guys are doing. How are you holding up in all this and everything? And then it'll be a nice little chatty spot.
We want to hear from Mark Mavora. We want to hear from...
that's the other thing I want to do. We haven't been thanking our beautiful Patreons in a while.
Snork Porterhouse, Dorber House.
I think you're talking about Captain America, Matt Carson, Damanon Garza, who's a new guy. He just showed up since the coronavirus business started. So thank you. Welcome to the club.
He's a Patreon.
Yeah. These are all our Patreons right now. Then we got May Flores. We got the incredible Mark Mavora. We got Pork Snorter House. We got Private Pile, Scott Wedge, who's kind of new, and the Sac News and Vibrant Visionaries with Heidi Bennett. Thank you, you beautiful people.
Oh my God! What about Bill Turner?
You're part of the. Bill Turner.
Not that mother scratcher.
Not that mother scratcher.
Not that mother scratcher anymore. No.
Bill Parker.
Somehow, when you go like a year or so without putting out new material, they drop like flies.
It's a spherical object arrested in the highway.
It wasn't a part of the car.
Wasn't part of the car. Real quick, Dan, before you close this down, you mentioned Clausen, and I don't know if you ever have this, Dan. This is a Dan and Michael thing. So when people mention cities in Detroit, Dan, do you immediately think of their Legion baseball team that you played against? Is that
like if it was one of the Legion cities, Auburn Hills, Clausen,
Royal Oak. I was on Ferndale. Royal Oak, and then I jumped onto Ferndale with.
Annis Joseph.
Old man Joe. Annis Joseph.
So badly.
Annis
I
Joseph.
really have to pee, and you guys are just chatting about stuff that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah, but it happened so quickly. Like you said it, and I immediately thought of Clausen Legion Ball, and they had their uniforms looked like the '80s Tigers away jerseys, the gray with the and I remember they had a lot of attitudes too. So, and when I was pitching, I would always we would throw them inside, and they would get all huffy about it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you say a city, all that stuff comes rushing back. All right, Tom, close us down.
Okay, Mike.
All right, I have one more show-related question.
Yeah, go.
Like show business that we do on the air and bore everybody. I've been using throughout Caddyshack and the Blues Brothers Minute. I've been using the music from Caddyshack, the yacht scene mayhem. Should we just come up with a new theme song for this, or just find something online? And no,
I like that one.
Right.
I got one.
I got one.
Too. What? I got one you could do.
What?
There's a Rocket from the Crypt song called Ditch Digger.
Oh, really?
Ditch Digger, Ditch Digger, lend me your ear. Leprosy's fun. Let the good times begin.
Huh.
It's a hell of a song.
Interesting.
It's a hell of a band, too.
Probably have to pay for it or something, don't we? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, anyways.
What Tom does later this afternoon.
No, just keep it the same.
All right, I'll keep it the same. Because I already got to find like a slide whistle song for the joke of the day or something.
But I'm just saying.
Get this out as fast as you can, Tom. Get on your horse and ride, Tom. Get this thing out as fast as you can.
Hey, you know what?
Everything's going to be fine. Make me a frittata, Tom. What?
Dan and I are the talent. You're the
I'm doing double duty now because Jimmy's bleeding out on the floor. I got to do.
Okay, I got to go. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Sit there and chat about Detroit.
I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm done.
All right, you guys and everybody else out there, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, look for this new Facebook group. Who the hell knows what it's called? It's probably called the Ditch Diggers Listeners Hole. That's
just look up
an hour from now.
But let's think, maybe we should move away from Listeners Hole. What do you think?
Oh, should we? I don't know. Okay, yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
I like Listeners Hole.
Diggers. If you look up Ditch Diggers, I bet you'll find it. What?
I don't care.
How about the Ditch Diggers Listeners Ditch?
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's a hole.
All right. The Ditch Diggers Listeners Union, because we're all ditch diggers and the world needs ditch diggers? No? Okay.
Ditch Diggers. Wait a minute here. We're almost on. Let's just stay another minute here.
Ditch Diggers.
Ditch Diggers and the Ditch Diggers and their listeners ditch. I don't know. The Ditch Diggers.
We'll figure this out.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Once it's up, I'll link to it in the existing Caddyshack and Blues Brothers groups. All right, we should have ended 2 minutes ago. Everybody, thank you for listening. Look for new updates and things and stuff. Find the show wherever it is. Okay. I should actually say on the air. Find us at. I guess we're going to keep posting these to the other feeds. So look for us at caddyshackminute.com. Look for us at bluesbrosminute.com. And look for us at patreon.com/ditchdiggers.
Become Patreons, please.
And become Patrons if you can handle it. These are trying times.
These are tough times.
Pretend we're a restaurant that you want to buy a gift card from to keep us afloat.
Right.
Or don't. Right. If you become a Patreon, you will you'll get the early access to these episodes and other stuff.
Right.
But they'll also show up free on there the next day or so. Right. Okay, I'm going to hang up now. I have to pee so badly. Okay. I got to clean up Jimmy and pee. And it's going to be great. Okay, thank you, everybody. Take care. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, you scratched my ankle.